I just want to share something that you never know what somebody takes away from what you're imparting in those trainings. So I'm just going to give you some insight into a perspective that I gained from being a student in training with you as the trainer. And when you talk about that why, your purpose, you know, a lot of people go into these trainings with trainers such as myself, such as you, and they're looking for a purpose. And one thing I've heard a lot, and I imagine you've heard a lot, is people say, I'm just trying to find myself. I'm
Mhm.
trying to find myself. Like I'm searching for my path, my purpose. And it kind of, presupposes that they're looking for something outside of themselves, like Dorothy was looking for the Wizard of Oz.
Right.
So like my purpose is out there somewhere. And one thing, I don't recall if this is exactly how you said it, but the way I interpreted something that I got from a training with you was, if you want to find your purpose outside of you, you got to turn the attention inside of you
Mm. Mhm.
and really get to know yourself at a deeper level. Understand what's really, the value that you inherently possess. That each one of us, just like every group is different, every person's different. And once we start to connect with the unique energy that we bring to others, the value that we can add to other people's lives, in the teachings, the wisdom, the individual unique experiences we've had in the past, and the wisdom that each and every one of us can impart on the rest of the world, then everything starts to come into focus, and you start to really connect with what it is you're doing and the value you're bringing in. Even as I'm listening to you talk right now, you know, now I know for certain that it wasn't just you talking that talk on stage. Right now it's clear that you're also living that yourself. And I just want to express my gratitude for those learnings and everything that you brought as a teacher, to not just to me, but to all of us students that have sat in your trainings. So
Oh, well, I appreciate you. I appreciate
mm,
that.
mm,
And you hit it. It's all about knowing, like you said, knowing who you are. A lot of times we are so affected by the external, what I should do, because I'm watching somebody
mm,
else. I heard somebody say you can borrow somebody else's confidence. And I thought that was cute. I like that. So yeah, you can borrow someone else's confidence that you see out there until you find your own, though, because
mhm,
it's living outside and getting that external validation, you know, will wear off at some point. And so a big
mhm,
part of this is knowing who you are, spending that time, whether it's uncomfortable, sitting with yourself, learning about
mhm,
yourself, like really going in. And that's a big part of what we taught in personal growth
mhm.
is here, I can share stories of what other people have done, but they are all meant to inspire for you to dig in deep for yourself.
Right. Now, I got a question, because I want to go deeper into what you're working on right now. But before we get into the new stuff, most people that come to NLP trainings and do the type of personal growth and development work that we do, we're talking about adults. I mean, you've worked with CEOs, you've worked with top industry leaders, all the way down to startup founders and people who have dealt with, difficult situations, whether it be divorce, loss of job, loss of career. Talk to me about the adults. When these adults come to you and they seem lost, you know, I just want to get your perspective on what you're seeing in these people. Because one thing for me is, and I talk to clients about this all the time, is sometimes as adults, we make the mistake of believing we're supposed to know.
Mm.
We're supposed to have it figured out. I'm 45 years old. No, I'm supposed to be at this point in my life. And so, talk to me about those kinds of dynamics in dealing with adults specifically before we go deeper into, what's happening now with Nikki.
Yeah, the dealing with adults is obviously I enjoy, and the work that I've done in the past is again meeting people where they're at. And what happens when we would end up digging in and doing the deep growth work that we would do, a lot of people they don't know what they don't know. And they don't know that how they are being or how they are reacting could possibly be coming from an old school programming, right? Something that probably happened in their youth years. There's a doctor,
Mhm.
forgive me, I forget the doctor's name right now, but there's been many that a lot of our baggage, a lot of our stuff, a lot of our all comes from those child years. And so then here they are as an adult having that, and they're having those responses. Either they're getting the desired results in life or they're not. And they just don't know that it could be another way. They tend to be hopeful. Some might be a little resistance. And I think that's part of doing the work is to, inform, to inform people. And then they ultimately, though, need to make the choice that they go, oh, I think I'm the creator of this reality.
Mhm.
And so a lot
Mhm.
of times it can depend. The people that I tend to work with, one-to-one clients and group coaching, they've done some personal growth and development work. So they're not brand new to this concept. So I will say it's a
Mhm.
little easier for them to be open to go, oh, it's me.
Mhm.
I'm at cause. No more pointing the fingers and saying, well, when I have $1 million, then I'll be
Mhm.
happy. Even just saying
Right.
that constantly keeps you at effect of the external. And
Mhm.
so working with them one-on-one has been really eye-opening. And again, I love working with people with relationships or career. Those seem to be the two areas that I've really enjoyed. And yeah, that's just kind of where I've been with the adults.